Hold up a sec. Do you smell that? Smells like opportunity. Welcome back to Treasure Theory, guys, where we talk about all things cards and collectibles. And guys, today we are going to be focusing in, laser focusing on the One Piece TCG, more specifically treasure rare cards. That's right. If you are new to the card game, or perhaps you've been collecting and investing for a while and you're not really familiar with what treasure rares are, we are going to be going in depth and detail about what these cards are all about in this video. We're going to be looking at the prices, we're going to be looking at the different variations there are, and of course we are going to talk about some potential opportunities here as well with these cards. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, I'm affiliated with cardtrader.com. Guys, use my code down in the description below. Click the link, sign up, get 5% off your first order, and get your cards securely. But without any further ado, guys, let's get into the video. So what exactly are treasure rares? So we've got a variety of different types of chase cards in the One Piece TCG. We've got our mangas, we've got our treasure cups, we've got our serialized, we've got our alternate arts, we've got our SPs. There's just so much going on in this card game, if I'm being really honest. And treasure rare cards are just another addition to the set. So if you don't know what treasure rare cards are, they are basically regional based cards. There's actually a website here, TCG King. They got a nice little display about everything here. But as you can see, we've got a look at all of the treasure rare cards that currently exist. So if you didn't know, they only started implementing treasure rare cards after OP 06, I believe. So essentially, they're incredibly rare cards that are right now definitely a little undervalued, but are starting to get bought up, and that's 100% the case. But let's kind of just look into it a little bit. So they do a little description about what treasure rares are. You know, they're a special type of chase card introduced in the Western release. They're basically region-based, with China, France, and English getting their own exclusive chase cards. So basically, they're just like a new type of card you can get after OP06, where, you know, if you happen to pull one, apparently they're incredibly hard to pull. I believe one in every case, which is absolutely insane considering there are 12 boxes per case. But let's get a closer look at what the treasure rares look like. So guys, OP13, we got introduced to the latest treasure rare, which is the Gear 4 Tank Man Monkey D. Luffy. And I was very lucky to pull this card from my first box of OP13. Actually, I've got my little binder here. Let's see if we can find it real quick. There he is. So as you can see right there, I'm getting close and personal right now. We've got him in the binder. I don't want to take him out. But yeah, super nice card. And I'm currently watching Whole Cake with my fiance right now, so it's kind of great getting that card. But so taking a look at the card, we can see the prices dropped down 30%. It's about $45 US right now, which is like 60 bucks Canadian. And you know, this is pretty typical of a new set. Typically prices kind of crash in the beginning because the cards are out, people are pulling it. But overall, pretty cool card. I mean, I was a little shocked that they would use this as a treasure rare, but I mean, who really decides the artwork for types of cards? And, you know, moving down the list from OP12, Legacy of the Master, we've got the Sanji Vinsmoke treasure rare card. Now, this is a really nice card. This is also taking place in Whole Cake Island. I'm seeing a theme here. But it's a really nice card. I actually recently bought this. I didn't pull it, but we can see this card has gone up 120%. It was... what was it down here? It was about $15, $20 US. I mean, honestly, guys, for the longest time, nobody was really paying attention to treasure rare cards at all. In fact, I found they were a bit of a hidden gem in the One Piece TCG because they're just not really paid attention to, I guess. Like, obviously, people are focused on the main grails, and, you know, these are just like a subset of rare cards, regional-based cards you can get. But, you know, as we continue down, we can see from OP11, we had the Lucky Roo. Taking a look at the price, we can see, you know, it's about $25. Now, obviously, Lucky Roo isn't like a popular character, but I think the artwork's fantastic, especially if you love Shanks. I mean, look, Shanks is in the foreground. Hey, it's like that Marshadow and Pikachu, guys. I'm telling you, it's the next big grail. No, I'm kidding. But straight up, though, really cool looking card, and that's what I like about the treasure rares, is the artwork just looks really unique, and they seem to capture a certain moment in the One Piece TCG, which I get what you're going to say, a lot of cards are like that, but I don't know. I find they're just very significant portions of the show, or the manga or the anime, that are really nicely put together on these cards. We can see here, this was when, you know, Luffy and Mr. 3 saved Ace, and that was like a really great moment in Marineford. But this card is starting to go up as well. If we take a look at the price, we can see that it's gone up almost 300%. And honestly, I'm a little shocked it didn't happen sooner. I mean, look at this. The last 6 months, I mean, it was around 11, 12, 13, $15, and now it's gone up. It's about $100. Most recent sales, $100 US, about $75. I'm seeing this being sold for about 120 Canadian, 110 Canadian. Really, really nice card. And then we go down the list. We've got the Zoro. We've got the Monkey D. Luffy from 2 Legends, which I also pulled. And we've got Law and this Nami card, which I'm just not crazy about. But looking at the prices of this, we can see, you know, market price for the Law. It's about $60 US. But this Nami is probably the most expensive. I think is the most expensive. And this was technically the first one from Wings of the Captain. It is currently about $145. Okay, so now that we've looked at the English, let's kind of quickly look at the Chinese and the French cards because they're pretty interesting as well. So we've got Vivi, Zoro, and we can see here this is from Dressrosa, Burgess, Son Goku. Oh, this is a really cool Bartholomew. Look at that. I actually really like that. You can see the Shanks flag too. That's what I like about some of these. They're just like they're like a precious moment in the show, and he's holding the One Piece logo. That's great. I can see this card going for a nice penny. But then we've got a Sanji card lighting a smoke, and I don't know, these other 2 cards don't really kind of highlight anything. And of course we've got Boa here as well. So those are the Chinese cards. I actually haven't seen many of these in circulation from the groups that I'm in. But really cool. I could not tell you how much they are worth, but let's look at the French cards because I have actually seen something about that. So we have got a carrot here, a French carrot. A French carrot, that sounds so weird. We've got Sabo. We've got an epic-looking Zoro treasure rare where he's fighting King, which is sick. Oh my god, that's awesome. We got a really cool-looking Perona card there. Sanji. Is Sanji doing anything there? I think I see Queen in there. Is that what's going on? Is he fighting Queen? So the Sanji and Zoro French cards literally show highlights in Wano. That's awesome. And that's pretty much it, guys. So for the French cards, I've literally been seeing these circulating for $300 to $400 to $500 a Canadian, which is, what is that, like $250, $300? I don't know how scalped or how busted those prices are. I only really saw this once or twice on the marketplaces that I run on Facebook, but absolutely insane. I mean, look, yeah, okay, about 140 euros, 180. Yeah, we've got a couple of prices here. So yeah, these are, so yeah, the French cards are really expensive, man. They're really expensive. Okay, so now that we've looked at the treasure rare cards, we've gotten educated, we understand what they are, let's kind of speculate here. So guys, obviously there are a ton of cards that are pumping right now in the One Piece TCG, and I've been getting quite a few accusations of people accusing me of being responsible for that, which, by the way, I'm honored because you really think I'm that big and that influential. But no, straight up, guys, like, there are forces outside of One Piece that I think are coming in. I personally do think there are, you know, like the big boys coming in. And also, there's a lot of rich people out there who love One Piece as well, so let's not, you know, discount that. But nonetheless, all of these grails are pumping up to the moon, and, you know, there's just so many different types of cards we could be looking at. But when it comes to the treasure rare cards, guys, I do think there's still chance for opportunity here. Now, obviously, this is not financial advice. Do what you will with your money, but I do think owning a couple of these treasure rare cards is worth the investment. I mean, honestly, like let's think about this for a second. They're really difficult to come by. So, okay, so they're already rare. They're already very rare. 1 per case from what we know. And that's less than SPs. I mean, what is it, 2 SPs per case? I mean, like, guys, like, that alone is already significant. And I don't really understand why these cards didn't catch on from the very start. But, you know, I do think the rarity of these cards already really helps the significance behind collecting them and investing them. Now, I'm just assuming here, but I'm going to go on a whim and say that the Chinese and the French cards are probably going to be the most expensive. I might even say the French cards might be the most expensive. I mean, do they have, no, they don't have any prices for the Chinese, but the reason why I say that is because there's a ton of people in China. There's a ton of people who speak English. But, you know, French, and listen, there's a ton of people who speak French. There's people who speak French in Canada, okay? But obviously, out of the 3, that is the smallest kind of, you know, language. And I do think there's probably significantly less versions of these treasure rare cards in that type of region, stuff like that. So I think they will probably go for more money. And if I'm being really honest with you, I actually kind of like the French cards the most. They're the most colorful looking. They look really nice. I mean, like, I don't know. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that these cards are going to go to $1,000 each. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that you need to buy up every single one of these right now. But I will implore you to do a little bit of your own research and look into this a bit more, because I really do think treasure rare cards are a really unique thread in this One Piece TCG that people really haven't started talking about until now. I do think in time the market's going to become more aware of these type of cards and probably going to significantly raise the price of each one. Now, obviously, we have no idea where any of this is going, but I mean, this ace alone has gone up 300% in 3 months. Now, down the road, when we get more treasure rare cards and more people become more aware of them, perhaps the price will start to inflate and we'll start to see that. But honestly, guys, as of now, I think getting some treasure rare cards is a good play. They're affordable. I mean, look at this, you know, $60, $75 US. I mean, these cards are not outlandishly expensive yet. I mean, there's plenty of cards in the 300, 400, 500 range and the 1,000+ range. A lot of people are getting priced out of chase cards, and I do think that treasure rare cards are still affordable and are still worth getting. And quite frankly, I could see all the treasure rare cards definitely getting up there. I mean, I'd say the lowest one right now probably would be Lucky Roo, because, you know, it's Lucky Roo. I mean, he's just a side character to Shanks. But hey, when we get a Shanks treasure rare maybe, or if we get like other really popular characters, we're definitely going to see a change in that. And also, not to mention, the contrast here where they use all the main characters in One Piece, but Lucky Roo is kind of funny. But anyways, guys, that is the video. If you did like it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And, of course, good luck with your treasure rare journey. Again, I'm affiliated with cardtrader.com. They might have some over there. I haven't checked, but I actually recently got some SPs that are coming in the next few days, so I'll definitely show them off soon. But if you enjoyed this video, another one should pop on the screen. Be sure to click it, and we'll see you over there.